I want to say a few words about the Native Like Fluency group. What is it and who is this for? I'm not a native speaker myself, and I myself am working toward Native Like Fluency. I gave up the idea of speaking like a native speaker many years ago because one day I realized I'm never going to get there. I'm never going to become a native speaker because I had to be born in an English-speaking country to be called a native speaker. And I was born somewhere else, and I started learning English as a teenager. Many people who started learning English at school, just like I did, experience the same. They want to achieve better fluency, but for some reason they follow unrealistic scenarios. They take on challenges that are never going to give them the outcome they were looking for. They're taking one online course after another. They hire private tutors. They hire native speakers to help them speak just like them. And unfortunately, that's never going to happen. You're never going to speak like your native speaking teacher. Never, if you're not a native speaker. And nobody who takes my courses, my students, are never going to become me, because they are different personalities and they have different goals in life. Even though we're all driven by the same idea of improving our fluency and speaking better English and communicating better in English, the beauty of our communication is that we're so different. We're driven by the same goal, but we're different people. And there is so much we can learn from one another. So what is this group about? And who is this for? I have developed a system which I call 9 essential skills to achieve native-like fluency for people who want a systematic approach to build a well-structured, deliberate, and creative practice that can bring them joy every single time they sit down to work on their English skills. Or you don't even necessarily need to sit down. You can be walking, you can be doing the dishes, you can be playing with your children, and you can be improving your English skills. You don't need to find an extra slot in your day to improve your English skills. It needs to organically tie in whatever you're doing already. It needs to become a part of your lifestyle. The core idea about this approach is that we don't separate life from learning English. They need to be one thing, because you have one life, you're one person, and if you try to separate this process, okay, this is where I live and this is where I learn English, so my life is already busy, my life is already scheduled, it's full of things that I need to take care of, so where do I find this extra time, apart from the time I used to live, where do I find this extra time to learn English? People never find that extra time. They can sacrifice something, sleep, gym, food, work, only for a short period of time, and then they go back to life. They want to quit that agenda, and they want to go back to living their life. That's just not sustainable, and that's not working. So I never separate them in the first place. It's one thing. I had to organize my routine so that English becomes an organic part of my routine. It organically fits. So the system of 9 essential skills to achieve native-like fluency offers you a bunch of exercises that you first need to master with a coach, and then you can continue on your own. You need a coach to learn to work on your own without a coach. You can always get better at those exercises. You can always get better at your skills, because each exercise is not about English. We're not doing the exercises to improve our English skills. We're doing the exercises to improve our human skills: attentiveness, listening and short-term memory, brevity, clarity, our diction and our enunciation, articles. Well, that's probably the one skill in the system that focuses on the language, but it's so close to attentiveness. But articles, rhythm. Again, English has rhythm, and we need to learn to speak English in the musical pattern of the English language, not in the musical patterns of our native tongue. Rhythm, writing, and there was one more, and questioning your own ideas. Writing is not about English, it's about your ability to write. And questioning your own ideas, it's about your ability to work with the source and to tell a fact from an opinion. Many people have many opinions about the English language, what it should sound like, what words mean what, and they have never actually checked in with the source. The students that I invite to the Native Like Fluency group are those students who have taken my other programs, who have used and applied the method for at least 6 months. I have a free course, 9 Essential Skills to Achieve Native Like Fluency. If you want to get acquainted with the method, I recommend that you start with that free course. You will be introduced to 12 exercises that you can try and get feedback on your work, and you will see a bunch of additional materials that you can watch on your own time, and you can use them, and you can always get back to me and say if you have found a way to apply them and what you have learned from them. We have a group of students that's working in the course right now. The next cohort will begin on January 4th, 2022. You can get on the waiting list today. I recommend you start with that course, a free course, to get acquainted with the method, to see if that's the right thing for you to learn and to invest your time in learning more about. And after you have taken that course, well, you don't have to take that course to enroll in any other programs, but you have to take this course to become a student of the Native Like Fluency group. Because if you are enrolled in any other courses on my platform, you will automatically be granted access to 9 essential skills. That free course comes with every other course that you take. And it serves as a reminder. Let's say you are taking the writing course or you're taking the listening course. This free course will be your beacon. It will remind you of how you're supposed to be working with the course materials, of how you're supposed to be training your own skills to succeed in the course. The system of 9 essential skills offers 38 exercises, so it's a very limited pool of exercises. And the more advanced you get, the more exercises you get to know. So you start with 12, but again, not everybody wants to do all 12. Even 12 look overwhelming at the beginning of your journey. And the more advanced you get, the more exercises you get introduced to, and the more exercises you decide to include in your own practice routine. So the goal, our goal in the Native Like Fluency group, is to learn to organize our practice routines, is to learn to organize a well-structured, deliberate, creative, and sustainable practice. Trying to achieve Native Like Fluency is an infinite process. It's not a course that you can take, finish, and get a certificate. There is no limit. Sky is the limit here if you want to improve the quality of your speech in a foreign language. Sky is the limit if you want to improve your confidence in a foreign language. Sky is the limit if you want to learn to communicate gracefully in a foreign language. There are no limits, there are no deadlines, there are no certificates, nobody cares. There are no exams. What matters is your result every day, the result that you see every day when you talk to people in your own life. And we are all learning to apply those exercises in our daily lives, to apply those exercises to our own lifestyles. The course is not about the English. Although everybody improves their English skills and their communication skills in the English language, the course is about you. Because in order to learn a language, we need to have the right tools. And the right tools are our skills. If our tools are weak, underdeveloped, or dirty, or haven't been used for years, how can we work with those tools? We need to sharpen our focus. We need to learn to concentrate. We need to learn to be attentive to how native speakers talk and to what we choose to use, what vowels we produce, do we pause or not? Do we care about communicating the message? Can we read properly? We need to become more attentive to ourselves in the first place. That's the goal. I'm telling you, everybody who has been in the Native Like Fluency group, everybody has seen a dramatic increase in their ability to speak fluently and confidently in the English language. And what is important too, correctly. We're not here to train confidence that is separated from competence. Confidence comes with competence. If you have done something a million times, or when you have done something a million times, you can do it one more time, no problem. And you're confident that you can do it. So you do it easily, effortlessly, and you don't even think about it. You just do it. So students who are in the Native Like Fluency group, they are learning to organize their practice routine. They're learning to choose the exercises that are right for them. They're learning to choose the exercises that will help them focus on what they need to focus, and they are learning to identify what needs to be improved, how it needs to be improved, and when and what time during the day, and how much time during the day they're supposed to spend improving their English skills. And do they need to do it every day? Not everybody needs to do it every day. Not everybody has the time to invest in their English skills every day. So it's very individual. It's a very small group. It's usually a very small international group. And because it's a small group, I can give individual attention to every student. It's very different from any language course, because it's not about English, it's about people. It's about the quality of speech, and it's about the quality of thinking. We're learning to think in a foreign language. So if you have taken my other courses, any of my courses, maybe the public speaking course, the listening course, the writing course, maybe we have worked individually, and you want to continue learning to apply the system of exercises so that you can apply it on your own independently, and you want guidance and life coaching for the period of 6 months, apply to be a part of this group. And it's important to mention that students of the Native Like Fluency group, they get access to all the courses on the platform. They get free tickets to all the workshops and events. They get free tickets to the public speaking course, and they can practice their virtual presentation skills at no additional cost. They get access to everything for the duration of the course. And after 6 months are over, they're very welcome to stay and practice with us, and they get lifetime access to all the lessons that we did together. I myself am a student here. I am doing the same exercises with you. The only difference is that I have a little bit more experience, maybe a decade of more experience, but I'm doing the same exercises. And you know, when somebody does something effortlessly, you might want to think that they're just lucky, or they were born doing that. But I'm telling you, those people who are doing something very well, who are proficient in what they do, and you're just a beginner, let's say, those people who you think can do what you would call virtuosity, you know, they have mastered that virtuosity. And if the only difference between them and you, if you're a beginner, is the speed. They're doing the same thing that you're learning to do, but they were doing it a million times faster. You need a lot of time to do that. That's why a lot of people say, oh my God, I need so much time to think about what I'm going to say, how I'm going to say it. Is that the right word? Is that the right grammar tense? Is that the right sentence structure? And those people look like they don't think about it. They do. They just do it a lot faster. And because they have done it a million times, they can do it a lot faster than you. But trust me, they're doing absolutely the same thing. Like being on camera used to be my worst nightmare. 5 years ago, I could absolutely not do it. Today, I just sit in front of the camera, I think about what I need to say, and I start talking. But 5 years ago, it wouldn't have been possible. And I needed 10 times more time to record one short video than I need today. Compare yourself with yourself and remember this. Everything is the same. What is different is the speed. And those people who speak better English, who are also non-native speakers, probably they were just better at the speed of correcting their mistakes. They don't think about their mistakes all day long. They simply correct them quickly, immediately, and move on. If you have more questions about the Native Like Fluency group, please ask me in the comments. And if you want to join, please apply. We start on November 3rd.